It is another of life's great mysteries, that sadness and joy can coexist so compatibly with one another. Now, let's talk about goals, because numbers without a purpose rarely motivate anyone. Financial goals generally fall into three buckets. Short-term, like building an emergency fund or paying off a small debt. Medium-term, like saving for a home or a wedding. And long-term, like retirement or your children's education. Giving each goal a name, a timeline, and a rough number transforms vague anxiety about money into a clear plan you can actually act on. Finally, let's address something rarely discussed: financial mindset. Two people with the same income can end up in completely different financial situations because of how they think about money. Some see spending as identity, buying things to feel a certain way. Others see money as a tool, something to be directed intentionally toward the life they actually want. Neither approach is about restriction. It's about awareness. The moment you understand why you spend the way you do, you gain control over it. So, to bring it all together, earn intentionally, spend consciously, protect what you have with insurance and an emergency fund. Invest early and consistently. Understand your taxes, set clear goals, and pay attention to your relationship with money itself. None of this requires genius-level intelligence. It requires consistency, patience, and a willingness to start, even small, even imperfect. Because in finance, the people who win aren't always the smartest. They're the ones who started early, stayed consistent, and let time do what time does best. That's finance, the full picture. Now let's talk about inflation in more depth, because it's the silent force working against every saver. Inflation is the gradual rise in prices over time, which means the same amount of money buys a little less each year. If your savings sit in a low-interest account, while inflation rises faster, you're technically losing purchasing power, even though the number in your account stays the same, or grows slowly. This is exactly why investing, not just saving, matters. Your money needs to grow faster than inflation, or you're quietly falling behind. Next, let's cover something that affects far more than people realize: credit score. A credit score is essentially a number that reflects how reliably you've repaid money you've borrowed. Lenders use it to decide whether to give you a loan and at what interest rate. Paying bills on time, keeping credit card balances low relative to your limit, and avoiding unnecessary loan applications all help build a strong score. A good credit score can save you an enormous amount of money over your lifetime because it directly lowers the interest rates you're offered on major loans like a car or a home. Let's also talk briefly about banking and how money actually moves in the modern world. A checking or savings account isn't just a place to store money. It's your access point to the entire financial system. Transfers, bill payments, direct deposits. Increasingly, digital banking and financial apps let people track spending, automate savings, and invest with just a few taps. These tools don't replace financial knowledge, but they make good habits far easier to maintain. Automation, in particular, is one of the most underrated financial strategies. When saving and investing happen automatically, you remove the willpower problem entirely. Now, a bigger picture concept: economic cycles. Economies move through periods of growth and periods of slowdown, often called expansions and recessions.